Once you have found her, never let her go. Once you have found her, never let her go.
I'd like to thank Leslie Gilchricone for her assistance and Jeff Sanders. It was a real pleasure.
Hi, welcome to Where Are They Now? I'm this week's host, Dana Neal. In this segment of our show, we will focus on graduates from Antioch High School and show what they are doing now. Antioch has graduates functioning in all areas of society, and in the upcoming weeks, we will feature notable graduates in our spotlight. This week's personality graduated in 1965. This is Dennis Gatch in 1965, and this is Dennis Gatch today. Welcome to our show, Mr. Gatch.
Thank you, Dana.
Could you please describe to us what Antioch High School was like in 1965?
Well, first of all, I'd say the biggest change is the number of students here now. In 1965, there were maybe only 1,000 students in Antioch High School. All the students and the faculty could all park in the lot where it is just faculty parking now. There was no library wing. There was no 100 wing. There weren't as many people on the staff, and the town was only around 20,000 instead of 48,000 like it is today. So it was much smaller.
Much smaller. Okay, what were some of the major problems in 1965?
The problems, I think, in 65 are about the same as they are right now. You know, there were still people, they were complaining about litter around the outside of the campus and about wanting to close the campus. There were still the same problems with people being tardy to class and maybe not working hard enough on grades. Those difficulties, I think, are going to be here all the time.
Yeah. Okay, what type of music did you listen to then?
Okay, music, it varied. It was everything from the Beach Boys were really big, and all the surfing stuff, all the surfing movies were out. Rock and roll was big. The Beatles were, in 65, were in their first American tour. They had appeared, I think, in 64 on Ed Sullivan or something, and they were really, they seemed to be really out of step with the way most people were. The hair was really short, and they looked like they had super long hair, which by today's standards wouldn't even be that long.
Okay, were you active in sports?
Yes, I played tennis, and I was a wrestler, and I played golf here for 3 years.
All right. Who was your favorite teacher in 1965?
I would say probably Mr. Pryor, who's still on the staff today. He was in about his 4th or 5th year teaching. He taught sophomore Western civilization, and it was an excellent class. And he was really tough, but it was really fun, and he was good.
Okay. What was the most embarrassing thing that happened to you in 1965?
Well, that was my senior year, and I suppose one of the most embarrassing things was all the athletes kind of tended to hang around together like they do now, and we had a big awards assembly in the auditorium. And I was expecting to get maybe an award for wrestling or for golf, and I was really looking forward to it. Well, when my name was called, I went up for my award, and my award was for perfect attendance. And it was a little trophy about 3 inches tall. And, of course, all my friends really gave me a bad time. People stood up in the audience and cheered. It was really embarrassing.
It would be embarrassing. Okay, what was your favorite memory?
I think not really a specific memory. Probably the nicest thing is just the 3 years that you spend with your classmates. You know, it's not quite the same after you leave high school. Now it's been like 15 years. There are only just a few of the people that you still come in contact with. But it was, the memory is just, you know, especially like your senior year. It's a big thing.
Okay. Now we would like to show Mr. Gatch in his present position. Mr. Gatch is the vice principal of Antioch High School. How does it feel to be an administrator of the same high school you attended?
Well, you know, when I first got the job, it was a little bit strange because, you know, some of the teachers I had when I was in school are still teaching here. And the relationship has changed a lot now because I'm not a student anymore. You know, now I'm somebody who's supposed to be maybe like their supervisor. So that relationship has changed, and that was a little unusual at first, but it feels fine now. Most, you know, the people all are, teachers are all really good about that, and it's really fun.
Do you like having authority over the teachers?
Not really. I don't. I don't really exercise much authority. It's not, my job is more not telling them what to do, it's trying to help the school run smoothly.
Okay, what do you like most about your job?
Well, one of the favorite things about it is that I'm in charge of student activities. So I get to work a lot with the student government people and the various student organizations on campus. And that's what I really like.
Okay, well thank you, Mr. Gatch, for sharing with us today your time and memories.
Welcome again to our first Spotlight show. In this part of our program, we'll bring you various comedy shorts and spoofs. I'm the producer of our first comedy section, and I hope you'll enjoy our comedy short as much as we did it. The next piece is entitled Trash Marshal. He's the only one who can save us all. Trash Marshal.
During class, he is a mild-mannered student, but between classes, he becomes a breed apart, a well-oiled machine. He becomes the protector of all who are compulsively neat. He is the Trash Marshal. Patrolling the halls like a mother bear watching over her cubs, letting no harm come to what he feels is sacred. His whole life is a never-ending struggle between his natural enemy, the litter bug. So let's go to the present and join Trash Marshal as he writes wrongdoers.
Oh, what's this? It's Mike Marvelous, student body president, and he's throwing down a rapper. My goodness, that vicious act sickens me. He must be stopped.
Hey, Mike, what do you think you're doing?
Drop dead, Mr. Clean. Mike, I'll overlook that last remark. I realize you're under the influence of a strange force. Oh, shut up. Hey, what are you doing? Put me down, you big ape. Mike, I'm putting you where your kind belongs, in a trash can. Okay, you win, Trash Marshal. I'll pick up the rapper. Well, Mike, I'm sorry I had to be so tough. When I see somebody abusing these beautiful halls, I just lose my head. Mike, I hope you've learned your lesson. Yes, Trash Marshal, I have. I'll never litter again, so help me.
Okay, Mike, you'd better run along now, or you're going to be late to class.
Yes, as the Trash Marshal ends his rounds for another hour and returns to class, he reflects back on the past events. He knows he is doing right by keeping the halls free of graffiti and trash. He knows each time out the situation will get more and more exciting and adventurous. Yes, he does a job no one else would do without appreciation or thanks. He's a student with a cause. He's the Trash Marshal.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show.
Now we'd like to thank Mr. Mark Chaney and Ms. Teresa Rossi for their understanding and guidance. We'd also like to thank Linko Gazia for his cooperation and all others who helped to make this show possible.
And next week, along with our regular scheduled features, we'll be taking a look at more people, places, and things. Thank you for being with us, and have a nice day. And see you next week.